Is this thing on? I feel like, yeah, it's on. All right, so readjust a little bit. Nah, yeah, that's perfect right there. Um, Merry Christmas Eve, I guess, would be the more apt thing for this. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, I might make this a regular thing. I might not, cause yeah, why not? But going live is not necessarily my cup of tea and stuff. But I don't mind it. It was fun, and I'll do it like holidays or special occasions and stuff. But I don't necessarily know if I'll continually do it like as a format. But who knows? I'm very flexible, and the world is ever changing and evolving. So we'll see where that goes. Uh, Catching up. I talked about some stuff on the last one, but I understand my mic went out, so I was probably just miming a lot of words and shit. But it's all good. I mean, like, I don't know, bro. Like, life is very weird. We are in a weird time. We're in the 20s for one, so we're back in the 20s, and I don't really even know much about the 20s of my era. I was born in the 1900s, and I don't know shit about the 20s. Um, but it's a good time. You're able to make a living doing this. You're able to make a living doing a hobby, or what most people would call a hobby. But if you grind at it and you stay consistent at it, you turn it into a 9 to 5. It's a job. You can get a paycheck. You can support your family. You can support yourself. Um, and it's just a crazy age. It's a crazy age where everybody can be their own CEO, and I just think it's awesome. Pretty awesome. So sorry, y'all. Uh, Texting and all that good stuff. Doo-doo-doo. It's crazy because you put out information and then people still ask you about the information. But I guess I'm not that good at my information highway, so telling people what I got going on. Doo-doo-doo. So, like, yeah. Where was I? Besides being rude. See, that's what I mean, though. Texting people and stuff. It is what it is. Ah, I don't understand. I gotta stop reading text while I'm on live because this shit's funny. Um, I'll give y'all some content. Uh, so I text my little sister and I let her know that I was live, and then her reply to that was that I was dead inside, and I was like, "It's funny. It really is. It's funny, but At the same time, it's like it hurts. But no, man. I don't know. I really don't like because my life. If you were to ask me as a child, where do I see myself as an adult? Doing this shit would not be it, bro. Like I was like, everybody wants to be on TV, do stuff, have a voice and stuff like that, but I don't even have a voice. I just got a few people in a couple of countries that like listening to me talk, and yeah, I guess it's I just get my feelings out there. Honestly, like y'all are my biggest unpaid therapists, man. Y'all just listen to all my shit, so and then sometimes y'all listen to my shit plus other people's shit. So it is what it is. But in all honesty, though, man, I tell you what was created for the simple fact that if something I got to say, be it bullshit, be it real shit, if it can make you smile, brighten up your day, if it can, be advantageous to your life and help you grow as a person, whatever have you, that's great. That's beautiful. I hope that that continues to be part of the process. I've had people reach out to me after checking out my 3-part series on mental health, and they've been like, "Oh, that was so great, but I have one critique. You kind of leave people out there in the wilderness, like you leave them out there without anything to really grab a hold of, like so you put them on this journey. uh, you got them accessing thoughts, talking about mental health and all that stuff. And with that being said, like you don't give them no trampoline or no net or anything to catch them. You don't give them nobody to really access if they have problems. So if you'll see it evolve, and my my episodes evolved each episode. Like I had more tools for people to access as far as mental health goes. Like I had, okay, you can go through betterhelp.com. You can the suicide hotline if you are really at that point and at that stage. That is always an avenue that's always available to you. And I don't know, man. It's just one of those deals, I guess. Um, we go through things. We're emotional creatures. We're emotional beings, and that's what we do. Like that is just what we do. Like, but yeah, life is fun. Um, I was looking because again, my little sister, she just shared my post about me going live and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. I thought it was cool over. Um, my boy, he was on here yesterday. He was back and forth. He dropped some bombs. I didn't even look that up for y'all, so I apologize. But he said he believes that facts life is hard. Yeah, man, it really is. Like I haven't figured this shit out. I mean, parenting. Let's talk on parenting for a second. Okay, parenting. I thought parenting was easy. Really did. Shit's not. Shit's not easy at all. Very hard. And we'll get back to the bombshell that my boy dropped. But I thought parenting was easy because I thought there was a playbook to that shit, man. I thought that everything and every one had it all figured out. But they don't. They really don't. My mom didn't have no manual, no nothing like that. She didn't have any cheat codes or whatever to being a good mom. When you become an adult, you just realize that they were making this shit up as they went along. Yeah, I will say that. Like, I was preparing for kids before I was preparing for kids, man. Um, I had my niece, I had my little sister. Uh, yeah, bro. Like, shit was rough. Like, I was tripping. I was like, man, I should be all right. But again, like test runs and stuff, reality meets, and that shit's kind of rough, man. It's like, oh my god, I'm responsible for a whole human being. Shit's rough. Here, yeah, they really are. They really are. So I'm gonna tell you what I hate about this new generation of kids, man. This new generation of kids, yeah, my kids call me bruh. Okay, so yeah, like this new generation of kids is fucking weird. You can just go ahead and say it. This new generation of kids is fucking weird. So first off, they're born technologically inclined. I thought we were advanced for my age. My generation, like we were just getting Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega motherfucking Genesis was the epitome of fucking technology. Like I got the burps again. I don't know why they keep coming. I ain't even ate nothing. But fuck it. I just burped, y'all. Excuse me. Um, but yeah, they were like Sega was so fucking great. And then like you playing Sega, you playing all these video games, your parents are looking at you bug eyed. They're just like I don't even know what the fuck's going on, but it's keeping you contained and all that right there. And then computers, man, we had to work. No child today in this day and age will ever know what dial-up was. What you had to have that landline. You had to have something great, and you had to be patient. Like dial-up taught me so much patience, bro. So when like they did some high-speed internet shit, I was like, oh, this is great, bro. Like fuck it, I am living the life. Kids. It's like they have a cell phone or a tablet or whatever in the womb. They already ready. When they come out, 1 years old, 2 years old, they able to swipe shit, take shit. Damn, I wonder why they flag that. That's why you need food or bodies to do weird. Yeah, that's not bad. Yo, social media's on some weird shit. They be trying to flag shit, so fuck it. Like, yeah, they've just flagged your little thing. That's why you need food. Our bodies do weird shit. They do. So yeah. So in any case, though, what was I? Oh yeah. So these kids come out, they can jailbreak your phone like for you, damn near, and go to YouTube, go to their favorite games, do whatever. Like they're making all this shit happen. These are fucking kids, man. Like 2 years old, 3 years old doing this shit. Like I seen a kid in the store one time, and their parents had a phone. That's one thing. And I seen. I'm guessing they were going through their list or whatever, but they're taking care of whatever the fuck they needed to do. This child has a phone. Now, I'm not going to assume anything. For all I know, that could have been the parents' other phone, or the dad might have walked off somewhere or did something. But it also could have been that kid's phone. And if it was that kid's phone, who could have been no more than, I'm gonna give the biggest age out of that child to be 4. I was like, how the fuck does this work? Like technology is raising our kids these days, and it's like they know things. They call you shit like bruh, or they be telling you at 3 or 4 or 5 years old, man, that's cap. And it's like, the fuck? Like, dude, stop. Chill out. Let's pump the brakes real quick. Let's see. They took cursive out of school and now teaching code. Yeah, I believe that shit. But that's the thing though, like, I'm a dinosaur, man. I'm a caveman. I really And I learned coding in the military and shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I learned all this shit. I learned Linux, introductory into Linux and all that shit. So I do know coding. And if I really sat down and reapplied myself, I'm pretty sure I could fall back into it. But I mean, cursive and shit, that shit's still necessary. I like writing letters every now and then, and I like signing shit, and I like fucking receiving letters. Like I like looking at stuff. But I digress, though. That's not gonna help the people of this new generation. Like, it's not gonna help them. Sheesh. Yeah. Yeah. Sheesh. Yeah, I know that, man. Like, kids, like, social media raising our kids and stuff. Me, I might not be able to tell you what 10010 and all that mean anymore. Like, if I, like, again, if I applied myself, I'm sure I could. But I tell you what, I know how to start a fire. I know how to dig a hole. I know how to hunt for food. I know how to clean. I know how to cook food in the wild. I know how to do all this other shit. In short, I know how to fucking survive. If they put out a global EMP right now and this live just cut the fuck off, I know how to survive. So that's the one thing I do know, that I'm working out. Like, it's, but when you break it down, rewind for a minute, do I know how to survive? Like, do I know how to live in this day and age? Because we're not surviving in a concrete jungle anymore. We're not surviving in an actual jungle anymore. We're surviving in a technological jungle. Right now, I'm probably reaching whomever. It's live. I've got the one marker right there. People are paying attention, but rewatch value is great. So somebody else might pick this up on this channel, and or another channel might lead them to this, and they're watching it and stuff. And then they might share it with another person, to share with another person, share with another person. All right. And I'm all doing this from the comfort of my own home. And I have the ability, whether it's doing it or not, I have the ability to reach out to millions and millions of people. Scary, on a global scale. Like, and then you see, I'll never forget some shit that an American of Mexican descent, a friend of mine, told me. He told me that the shit that's going on in the world, especially in Mexico with the cartel and all that, shit that's going on in the world, human trafficking, and all that, drugs, that's been going on since his grandpa's days. His grandpa told him about this shit. Like, the shit's been going on. But the difference is social media. Now it's all publicized. Now it's able to be shared everywhere. Before, back in the day, you had to read a newspaper. You had to know somebody. You had to, word of mouth. But now you have this. You have a phone. You want to see something? It's at my fingertips within seconds. So it is what it is. So, but oh, my bad. Sorry, when ignoring you. The kids learned that this summer it was a culture shock to them over at Grandpa's. My cousins taught them how to start a fire and how to use pocket knife. Yeah, shit like that. Like, that being a culture shock is like crazy. When I was growing up, we used to fucking find dirt mounds and all that stuff, take our bikes, riding them bitches up the dirt mound as fast as we can, like use them as a ramp and like launch ourselves in the air. That type of shit was fun. We used to climb trees, jump out of trees, climb trees, get on roofs, do backflips off roof, uh, throw rocks at each other. Like, fucking, I sound like a fucking true dad. I sound like a old grandpa, but fuck it. We used to throw rocks at each other. We used to take sticks. We used to fucking use sticks as swords. We had imagination. Um, we had to go outside. Couldn't come back and once we were outside, come back in, you taking a bath and you in for the day. So we stayed outside as long as we could. But you couldn't stay outside. It was a double whammy. So when I was a child, stay your ass outside. Don't keep running back and forth in my house. But Also, better have your ass inside before that damn street light come on. So it was an internal clock that lets you know when it's like a spider sense, like it lets you know when shit was about to get fucked up because it's like, oh no, it's getting dark. How dark is it? How far away from home am I? I have to get back home. And you ain't never lived, you ain't never had adrenaline pumping through your soul until you try to race street lights. Like I'll never forget, I was outside one day and like I was walking back. I was already trying to get back home. This light came on, that light behind me, like that light came on. And then so the light in front of me popped on. And then when I say I broke into a sprint, but when you're a child, man, you got infinite energy. It's like a cheat code. But I broke into a sprint, man. I was racing street lights because I was like, man, as long as I can get to that house before my mom sees a street light, I'm good. But more of that story, that shit didn't work out. Like I still kind of ass whooping, but get your ass in before street lights come on. And realize it was normal to me and it was so different for them because they are electronic kids. It was building an elaborate treehouse and castles on my. There you go, though. Like, yeah, yeah, it's that culture shock. It's that divide. Like, um, there ain't no missing link between us and them. We are the Neanderthals, like they are the Homo sapiens, man. There is no missing link between us and them because we are essentially cavemen. Our generation, anybody like a 90s baby, even an earliest 2000 baby, like there's no, it's separation, bro. It's a big separation. Like building Minecraft tree houses versus building real tree houses. I remember we built the fort, bro. I remember me and my friends one time we took an old dog house. Like it was huge though. I don't know what lived in it, a fucking Saint Bernard or something. But we took an old dog house and we took the dog house and we built the we put it, you know, in the woods and whatever, we built the fort out of it. And it was fucking awesome. So I don't know. Like uh different values, I guess. It is what it is. But we do what we do. Yeah. Again. Mhm. So let's dive into this shit. I said I'd circle the block and I'd come back to it. So I've circled the block and I'm back to it. Um, let's dive into this bombshell that my boy dropped on me. So bear with me. Ryan Reynolds. So he 6 reasons. You know, we're gonna see if this will make me a believer. So I'm looking at an article now. If y'all need a reference point, it's Points in Case. That's the website. I don't know if they're credible or not, but it's telling me there is 6 reasons why Ryan Reynolds is the Antichrist from Revelations. He's going to bring the apocalypse, but we don't mind. Okay. Reason number one: the beast I saw resembled a leopard, but had feet like those of a bear and a mouth like that of a lion. Damn, that's ugly motherfucker. But whatever. This is obvious a reference to Ryan Reynolds' dashing good looks. I'm not. Oh, this is a fluff piece. This is some bullshit. I'm not sure about you, but a leopard with bare feet and a lion's mouth sounds fucking awesome and devilishly attractive. This is so gay. Call it what it is, man. One of the heads of the beast seems to have a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. The whole world was filled with wonder and followed the beast. Uh, who do you know that isn't in awe and oddly fascinated by Ryan Reynolds? I, for one, would gladly walk into hell. But yeah, okay, so this is not credible. And I don't know. I don't know where that comes from. I honestly don't. I would have to ask him. So I don't know. I'll gonna ask him right now. I'm gonna ask him to hop on. Um, Finna ask him to hop on right now, so we can get some credit to where he got his information from. Cause I'm interested, man. Like that's just I like interesting shit, and that's some interesting shit. You drop a bomb and say Ryan Reynolds is the Antichrist, so I'm like, all right, I want to know why you feel Ryan Reynolds is the Antichrist. Mm-mm-mm. If he responds back, so I just messaged him, and now we wait. We see if Ryan Reynolds is the Antichrist or whatnot, and yeah, shit's well. About to hop off here in a minute and get ready to participate in the festivities with the rest of my family. I mean, that's what it is when you live in a split household. I do celebrate Hanukkah diligently, but my family they celebrate Christmas, so it is what it is, and I respect it all. I respect it all. Um, but I'd imagine that everybody else is busy too doing shit, so not really. They hop on. If my friend hops on, he hops on. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I get it because it is Christmas Eve, and I guess it'll be one of those. That'll just be one of those things that we'll never know. We'll never know. Mm. I'm interested though. I want to know where his source is. I want to know where he's getting all his ideas and stuff. I want to know. In the meantime, though, while we wait, let's talk about top tier celebrities. You know, let's talk about you. They ain't ready for that. I don't wanna go there, man. Like people, boy, like you that is how you get canceled. You get canceled ASAP like that. Like by talking about fucking Yule. Do not mention Yule and Christmas in the same sentence, cause then you get to talking about sweet, omnipotent, so small but so great, barely even, knows the words yet, baby Jesus, and you get to talking about what Scandinavians did to ward off the darkness in the winter. So, these are two things that you shouldn't blend. And talk about why a pine tree is a stable symbol in the tradition of when Jesus, who was born in Bethlehem, who didn't live nowhere, and these are desert people who didn't live nowhere near a pine tree. But I mean, who am I? Who am I to say whatever is whatever? But like I say, while we wait for clarification on the Antichrist situation with Ryan Reynolds, let's hear, man. What are y'all top? What are y'all top picks for? Who would you say is the man crush, like, for all time males for the women, and who would you say is the all time universally accepted beautiful female? Like for me, like I say, yeah, like I say, for me, it's always gonna be Holly Berry. We talking of all time. Holly Berry is always gonna be like at the top of that list. Yeah, it is the OG Christmas, but I feel like they have a little bit more fun during them Christmases too, because like they got blitzed. Like we talking about blackout, pass out, drunk. So who knows? But yeah, so all right, for a male, pause, but for a male that's universally accepted, I would say probably David Beckham, probably David Beckham or somebody like that. Mm-mm. I got you. I got you. Ladies of the world, I got you. Idris Elba. Idris Elba, universally accepted. Boom, there you go. For me though, as far as females, Halle Berry. Easy, easy. Because we're talking about a universal ranking versus a personal. So who knows? Like I say, man, I would love for an elaboration on this whole antichrist theory, but time's running out, so we'll see. That's wild. The the antithesis of my holiday specials is gonna be Dog and Christmas. Like, wait, like people are talking about, like they're gonna probably be like, oh, you disrespected Christmas. I really did. I It was light. It was very light. Definitely Halle Berry. That's what I'm saying. It was so light. I didn't say shit about you really. I didn't go into depth. I could have went into depth. I ain't even going into depth. And then I love Christmas very much intact. So good on me, man. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you obviously haven't watched my podcast. Because if you watch my podcast, you know I could have went There was a that wasn't even warranted of a Chris Rock slap. No pun intended. But yeah, that wasn't even warranted of that, man. I was very that was a softball. I was good. Oh, man. So I hope everybody has a truly Johnny Depp. I don't know, man. I would say Johnny Depp. He did just win the Amber Heard shit. That's some other shit that happened in 2022 that I didn't even think would ever happen. I thought was wild. I thought was crazy, but the whole Johnny Depp situation, yeah, yeah, that shit was wild, man. You gotta really specifically, especially hate a motherfucker to take a shit in the bed, especially the bed that you sleep in too. But just your side of the bed, like, man, how did you do it? How did you do it? Did you wait for this person to leave? Did you? There's so many questions that goes into the shit, like literally into the shit. Like there's so many questions that I want answered. I'll probably never know. But did she do it while Johnny was asleep? Like, was he laying in the bed next to her when she popped the squat? Did she stand up in the bed and squat? Or did she like kind of just hover over the side of the bed? Excuse me, because I want to know how high the bed was off the ground. Like, there's so many questions, like how she strategically did this shit. You know, my theory, she obviously had to wait though. She had to wait. She had to wait till he was gone. That's the only way you could have did it because if she did it while he was in the bed though, I don't condone shitting in the bed or anything, especially not blaming it on the dog that stepped on a bee. Uh, but at the same time, though, man, like I feel like you should definitely 100 billion%. Like if you're gonna do it to the max. I feel like it would be a cooler narrative, a way better story if she shit in the bed while Johnny Depp was in the bed with her and he was asleep. The epically uh, apt name, the Amber Turd. Yes, that is sounds like a fucking video game ultimate move. The Amber Turd. Damn, that's wild. Hopefully my boy gets back to me. But yeah. I don't even think he's checked the shit yet. I hope so. Like I say, I'm intrigued and I want to know where his theory comes from. Um he was out of. Oh, wow. So we get some clarity. I'm guessing they got this from an article or from a good source, but supposedly he was out of the. I ain't really even watched the trial like that. I just watched the highlights because that shit was live and it was just I couldn't turn away. It was like a fucking beautiful plane crash. R.I.P. Joe Morning. Like my one of my best friends, Joseph Morning Jr. used to always say, with a pause. I want to take a second and I want to apologize to anybody for trigger warnings, sensitivity to this reference. They used to always reference things as a beautiful plane crash. It was just referencing things. And I was just like, he used to say a beautiful plane crash, a beautiful train wreck, whatever. But he would say, okay, there's X amount of people on a plane, there's X amount of people on a train. And if that train goes off road, that plane goes down and it's on fire and it's crashing, you're not going to turn away from it. No matter how bad it gets, you're not gonna turn away from it. You're gonna watch every crunch, crumble, explosion, like derailing and destruction. You're gonna watch it all because you're compelled to. Not because you enjoy carnage, but you're compelled to. You want to see how it ends. And that is the innate natural curiosity of us as human beings. And that was very profound and very true. So when that trial was on, oh, it was in the court trial. There you go. Yeah, when the trial was on, like I couldn't help but watch the shit, highlights or whatever. I couldn't help but watch it because I was like, I'm compelled to. I have to. I have to know how this ends. I have to know how this turns out. This is a shit show, pun intended. It's a shit show, but I have to know how it turns out. Supposedly, he was out of the house and she did it as a joke. She had her friend encouraging her. That aged well. Or something like, man, look, if I have a fucking issue with you, I'm gonna just have a fucking issue with you. This I'd rather either cash that shit out in therapy, uh, say fuck you, have a nice life, or some shit. There's no reason for that. That's just so extreme. But again, this is me of meager means of like I don't have mass wealth like that, so I would think like that. But when you get up into the upper echelons and you travel in countries every other day, every other week, and going to concerts and you got millions of dollars to blow and shit like that and fame and you got cameras in your face. Mm, 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 mm. So still nothing. So we'll see. So I guess that might be one of those forever unanswered questions. I don't think we'll know why Ryan Reynolds is possibly in the running to be the Antichrist. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the insides of their toxic shit either. So I think it's different. I think when you're with somebody and you're in the spotlight and shit, I think you kind of got to stick with that person. I think you got to try to make that shit work because it's bigger. It's kind of like shit on a lower level. Like you get deep into a relationship that she said it's a joke gone bad. I learned this from my white friends. It's culture. Yeah, about that though, man. Like, no. Um, no. There's no way that's a fucking joke. Like, it's just not a joke. Like, I don't get how. Again, that's not a joke. That's not a joke, man. That's like a fuck you thing. It's never a joke. I can't even accept that as a joke. But if you're gonna burn bridges and scorch earth and shit, like, bro, you should go for the gusto. You should go big. Like, if you're gonna really try to fuck somebody up, you should like go. If it's that much hatred and venom in your heart against this person, like she beat on him. She beat on him, man. So I don't understand, but if you got animosity in your heart and you really want to get somebody back, you could fuck their brother or their sister, whomever, or date they parent for a long time and then marry them, so they gotta call you, mom or dad, So it's all types of dark ways you could really get back at somebody if it's that deep and that evil and twisted, but or you could just leave that karma off your back and have a clean break, you know? That's just me. Like, I don't know. I've never had millions of dollars like that, so I wouldn't even know to how to act about that shit. If I had millions of dollars, like I'd probably shit in somebody's bed too though. Like, I don't know. It's just me. And that is about time. So uh yeah, that's about time. I've enjoyed it once again. Like I said, going live, being organic, it's been fucking a blast. Like, uh, thank you, Sam, for the comments and stuff. It's not a joke. I feel like it was a way of looking for a way to blow it off. Yeah, agreed. Um, shit didn't work, but yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for rewatching if you didn't initially tune in. Um, I enjoyed it, man. Like I said, be safe out there. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa. There's so many other holidays. I don't know. I don't fully know. Like I know of, but I don't fully know the depths of them. I know Christian is one of them. Man, just enjoy life, be happy, be surrounded by those you love, and safe travels if you travel. That's all I got, and I will definitely be putting out another episode of I Tell You What very soon, and I guarantee you're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do? Message to the men out there. Don't be a piece of shit. Message to all women out there. Don't be an Amber Turd. I'll see y'all later.